It is by will alone that I set my mind in motion. It is by the juice of Java that thoughts acquire speed, the lips acquire stain, the stains become a warning. It's by will alone I set my mind in motion.
Oh Lord, give me coffee to accept the things I cannot change, the extra espresso shot to change the things I can, and one more cup so I can tell the difference. Grande.
Hail, coffee full of cream, caffeine is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst the beverages, and blessed is the result of thy consumption, wakefulness. Holy coffee, color of mud, be there for us workers, now at the hour of our commute, so must it brew.
Caffeine is my shepherd, I shall not doze. It maketh me to wake in green pastures. It leadeth me beyond the sleeping masses. It restoreth my buzz. It leadeth me into a path of consciousness for its name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of addiction, I fear no equal, for thou art with me. Thy cream and thy sugar, they comfort me. Thou preparest a carafe before me in the presence of Juan Valdez. Thou anointest my day with pep, my mug runneth over. Surely richness and taste shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Duncan forever.
Good morning, Planet Flipside. How about you this morning? We saved you a seat. May your coffee cup runneth over, and may your day be magical.
Hello, you beautiful cats and kittens out there in YouTube land. Good morning.
Morning.
This is the Coffeehouse on Planet Flipside. I'm Vixen Littlepaw. And
Cherry
these are
Bomb
my
Pop.
friends, Cherry Bomb Pop and Straight Savage Mount. Cherry, you're muted.
Didn't realize I muted myself. Welcome to church, y'all. I'm Straight Savage Mel.
Take me to church.
Well, okay, so in the intro, I was listening, and hubby's voice just almost sounded like my great uncle, who was the pastor at the church that I went to.
I was gonna say, sometimes it sounds like Preacher Man.
Right, he does, and I was like, "Oh, we going to church today, y'all." I just got a feeling about it. Then again, we were talking about Baphomet in the green room, so and how he originally started with tits, and how I was explaining to somebody that he had originally tits because he was non-binary, and I was just a little shocked that that's not common knowledge. But then again, I forget that I research things like this on a regular.
You know, that actually happens to me more than I would like care to admit.
Right.
Where I'm like talking about stuff and people are all looking at me like I have three heads.
Right, Crystal.
And
We don't always realize that the things we know aren't always things that other people know.
Right. Like I do these deep dives on shit.
Good
like
morning.
Random shits.
So do I.
Morning, Crystal.
I get just voracious.
Voracious.
That's correct. It didn't sound right when it came out of my mouth. I knew what I was talking about though. So yeah.
Well, and the funny thing is the one person that
Morning,
pointed
Brent.
it out was on TikTok. It was Witchfoot, because somebody was talking about there was a statue of Baphomet. They thought it was a Satanist statue. And if you look into Baphomet's history, it started with the Knights of Templar.
Correct.
And it's just been associated. And there's nothing wrong with Satanists, by the way. They are not the evil that you think that they are. Love your fellow human, motherfucker. Okay? Because as we all know, Satan was just a fallen angel.
You know what I know about Baphomet?
By the way,
Cherry likes making them.
Assholes.
Cherry likes making them.
That's all I got. And now I know that, you know, he used to have tits. I know that now.
He used to have tits.
That's
and
pretty
then
cool.
He was masculinized. And
so is everything.
Because we can't have something that people care about.
they say we don't live in a man's world, but yet everything is very structurally sexualized as far as what deities are. Because there are deities out there that are non-sexual, non-binary, whatever you want to call it. But yet people want to, they need to put them in their tiny little columns and make themselves feel better about it.
One of my friends always said, I'm not soup. I don't need a label. That's what she would always say to people.
Yeah, it's
because
true.
people would say yes, sir, to her. She had bigger breasts than I do.
How can men hold all the power if we're worshiping women?
Actually, I do care if you call me ma'am, because I'll tell you that's what you call my mama, not me. Don't call me ma'am. I'm not that old yet. I'm a fucker.
I'm all about, doing the whole Star Trek thing where everybody is Mr. and Sir, and it's
I'm from
across
the South. I call people sir and ma'am, and it's not.
And I understand that. I grew up in a very
disrespect.
Southern family, and I understand it's a respect thing. But God damn it, just because I have tits and I'm a certain age does not mean call me ma'am. I am not that old yet.
And there are a lot of people who feel that way, but for me, it's just.
I do the same thing.
I can't just say yes.
But I'm also the world's biggest hypocrite. So,
but I'm not going to say yes, hun. Like if I'm at work and I'm trying to be professional. No, that's not professional.
And I've seen people ma'am kids too.
Yeah,
excuse me, ma'am.
I do.
Well,
I'm modeling language that I want them to repeat.
Right, and the funny thing is like with the teenager, I call them a lot of things. Man-child is typically the one thing I call it. But when I'm really trying to get his attention, I'm like, excuse me, sir.
Though.
And he looks at me like, yes, I just called you sir. Got your attention, didn't I?
Yeah.
But the one thing that people don't realize about me is I am very much old school with do what I say, not what I do, because I actually will admit how much of a hypocrite I truly am when it comes down to me.
Well, you also have, hubby and I were just talking about this the other night. So a lot of us in our age category, which is larger than I'd care to admit, but we learned certain behaviors as children and we don't even realize, like I'm just realizing there's a few things that I do. And the reason I do them is because when I was a kid, that was what I was taught.
Right. It was ingrained in our system. Now, I also live by the understanding of just because that happened to you, or that's just because you grew up that way, does not mean that you need to carry that on into your adult life.
Right.
I hate hearing this. Well, I was raised this way. I was raised the same motherfucking way. That does not mean that I make those damn decisions.
Right.
Well, one of the things that I do is if I hurt myself and I holler out, like I say something loudly, it doesn't matter if it's just saying ouch. I say, oh, I'm sorry. Because basically I was told you need to hold your composure. It's not that bad.
Right.
Suck it up.
We grew up in a very suck it up kind of fucking mentality.
Yeah.
And it sucks. And hubby left you a message in the chat, by the way. And we did grow up in that mentality, and I still carry that with myself, but I don't carry that towards anybody else unless you want to be a professional victim. And then I'm like, okay, look, I can't deal with this. You need to suck your shit up.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, don't sit there and complain to me all the fucking time about how shitty your life is if you're not willing to make a fucking change about it. Because let me tell you, I have been down to the depths of hell, and I have pulled myself back up, and I have broken more nails than I know what to do with, but God damn it.
Yeah, like one day
he was
like,
change.
Well, my family raised me to be lazy. That's why I can't keep a job.
That's bullshit.
What?
That is bullshit. I don't care if you have a work ethic or not. You're a fucking adult. Grow one.
Yeah.
Wow. Just wow.
Don't give me this bullshit if I was raised to be lazy. No, you weren't, motherfucker.
No, put it back, honey. Put it back.
To be lazy.
Put it back.
What?
Put it back.
Are you telling me to suck it up?
No, I'm telling my husband to put it back. He did it away.
Put it back, hubby. I don't know what it is, but put it back.
She's upset. Just put it back.
The language you use with children does matter, though. That's why when one of mine falls or they do something, they make a mistake or something, I say, okay, let's try again.
Hurt themselves because it taught them to not fear being hurt.
It does.
Or let's try again teaches them, let's not focus on what happened and went wrong. Let's try again and do it better.
Right.
Now, I do have to admit, my mother always talked to us like we were little adults.
And
it drove her.
I still do the same thing.
It drove her brother crazy.
Hi, Brantley.
Okay, I gotta show you guys this.
Hi, Corey.
Maybe. There we go. So this is what hubby's working on. Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
Very well done, my love. Hey, what
Cute.
happened to us?
I don't know, but I didn't like it.
I didn't like it either. I felt very far
I don't know.
away
I
from
wasn't
you.
looking that way. I was looking at my Switch, going, "Oh, the buttons really
Separation
are
anxiety.
on that side."
That was actually a model I pulled from Sketchfab.
Yep.
It's a good model.
Now make it work. I believe in you.
Crack that whip, Vixie. I find it, and I'm starting to see a lot of things like when my parents were my age, why they said the things that they said towards my generation, because I'm now saying those things towards other generations, because I expect them to have a certain mentality and they don't, because we've become such a very, and yet again, read the fucking disclaimer, guys. We have become such a soft society that it's hard sometimes for me to go, oh, I forgot. I don't have to shut off my feelings. Oh, I forgot. I don't have to be the hard ass all the time. Whereas,
people are very much embracing their feelings more.
Yeah. Where when Vixie and I and you were growing up, you suck that shit up. You don't fucking cry. You just move the fuck on.
Hi, Polite.
Good morning, Polite.
Yeah, so, that's definitely not the mentality anymore.
No, and it's very hard to grasp sometimes for me. Like, the sense of entitlements that people have just fucking is astounding to me sometimes. Especially that one. Oh, shit, man.
But it is also good for children to explore and understand their feelings so they can learn how to regulate them.
Correct. And I'm not denying that.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. But that's what
right.
I have to do a lot of training every year to keep my job. And a lot of it is focused on how we talk to children, how we interact with them, what they're learning from every interaction that they have with us.
Right.
And how to make it a positive one every time.
Well, and it doesn't help that, I have this list of mental illness that I don't use as a scapegoat.
Right.
And same. I legit most of the time suck it up and move on. And I'm not medicated because of choice.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to, I want to be 100% me all the time.
Right.
As much as that even tears me down. That's just how I am. And
it can be debilitating sometimes.
It can. It very well can. Because
pull yourself out
I'm just like
the best you can and keep going.
Right. But it goes back to me being a hypocrite, because I was always taught that we just suck it up and move on no matter how bad the circumstances are. And forgetting that I have support systems, and forgetting that it's okay to be weak sometimes, because I've always been the strong one, legitimately.
Right.
Like, my family calls me my biological family calls me the enforcer for a reason. I get shit done. It's not always the nicest, it's not always the happiest, but it fucking gets done.
Effective.
Yeah. It's not always the most healthy coping mechanism either, but it is what it is.
Yeah, Polite, you coming up? You go hang out with us?
Yeah, come hang out with us.
Come hang out with us.
Like, even with Justin, like, it's funny because for me, I'm just like, no, I'm fine. But with him, I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, nothing. I'm like, no, what the fuck is wrong? I need to help you fix this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nothing anybody could do about it. Well, tell me what the fuck it is. Get it out of your system so I'll feel better. Like, make me feel better about this, okay?
Vixie's usually just like, I know you're going through something, and I know you don't like to talk about things, but I'm here if you need me. And I'm like, okay, I love you. Thank you. That was all I needed. That was literally all I needed.
Right. It'll be okay in the morning, he always tells me.
Morning, Polite.
Good morning. How are y'all?
We're in church this morning. How are you?
Yeah. I'm tired.
I don't wait. I see her. I pop her right up.
You just did. You popped
Sorry,
right
I muted myself.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It was a
I didn't sleep last night, and I tried to eat toast this morning. It was a bad idea.
Your stomach is just not handling, right?
I know better, but I really I want to take my meds.
I made extra buttery toast. I haven't had that in like a year.
I was just going to say,
bad kid
you
last
carved
night,
up a little
guys.
bit, huh?
I did. But it'll be okay.
I did the
It'll be
same
okay.
thing. Ugh. I had burgers.
You're shrinking on me, I've noticed.
Where? What? Who?
Mel.
Who's shrinking? Oh, yeah.
A little bit.
You know. That's okay.
I was a lot for a little while and then not for a while.
I just can tell by the way your clothes are fitting in. You've got the cutest neck.
I don't have a
Sorry,
neck.
you have a
Yes,
sexy
you
neck.
do.
No, you have a neck
Otherwise,
now.
You would look like this.
I do look like that.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
When I was
This
a
is the
baby,
point of my
I
story.
used to get really bad rashes in my neck because, like, I just
Because
didn't
you had
have
the
one
neck
and everything was all squished up.
Oh.
I have no neck, so I understand. But, like, you know, not all of us can have polite and
Dolls, yeah.
gazelle necks.
Extended
better
fucking
than
necks that are gorgeous.
Mine's thick.
Got these things right
John.
here.
Did you just say yours is thick? No, it's not.
It's supposed
proportionate.
to hold up my head. Yeah.
It's perfect. Are you kidding? You have a perfect neck. Don't even start with me.
All right.
I will tell you how it is.
Thing
I would tell you.
Societal beauty standards are bullshit, by the way.
That's true.
Oh yeah, I know.
Because in the 16, 17, and 1800s, Polite's body shape would not, and don't take this the wrong way, it would not be looked at as a childbearing body. So therefore, it was less likely for her to be married.
No, she's got
early on.
hips.
I've got really big hips. I get it from my
Okay,
mom.
well,
yeah.
She's got thick hips.
I made the assumption
really
because I can only
small,
see
but-
from so far up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't do too many full bodies, but I do have really big hips and
Well,
thighs.
There was
I'm
also
all
a period of
lower
time
body
where
weight.
skinnier
okay.
bodies were considered the bodies of working women and not upper class,
Right.
women.
Whereas
and
the
so
rest
we're
of us have
talking
weird-
about
having a more
knitting
full
and
body was
crocheting.
actually more desirable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then here comes Twiggy in the 1970s, and everybody says,
Screw it for everybody.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom's best friend actually worked with Twiggy. They were models together. And this woman tried to tell me how to live my life
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
with
I've
food.
always jumped back
My
and
relationship
forth
with
between
food
the
has
chunk-
got to be
like
wrong.
the chunky kid and the fat kid. And let me tell you, it took me a long time to love my body, especially after I had kids and abused the shit out of my body. But
At 14, I pretty much had some kind of enlightened moment. I have no idea where it came from, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Basically, I was lucky. And I was lucky that it just came to me too, because I didn't have like a mentor or somebody who would, this is okay. I just basically went, wait a minute. All
Why
these
do I
people
care?
are assholes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sexy. I'm going to do what I want when I want. I'm going to kiss who I want when I want. And being gay back then was not cool.
no,
I'm going
Let
to
me
have
tell
short
you
long
something.
hair if I want.
I don't care.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've always had the I take no shit. I give all of the shit attitude. Like,
But
don't
without
come
that
at me,
attitude, I could have never gone into modeling.
Well, and it's
That was hard. That was
it's-
one of the hardest jobs I ever had.
primarily because it was a survival tactic. Because I was in survival mode for like 35 years of my life,
Mm-hmm.
and
Good morning, Madness.
I'm the
Good
first
morning.
one when somebody's going through something like a breakup or a divorce or something traumatic like that. I'm like, look, sit down and learn about yourself. Learn
Right.
to love yourself. Fall in love with yourself before
Oh,
you
yeah.
do anybody else. And I wholeheartedly believe that because I had to do that with myself.
I might
Like,
someday.
And
Well,
don't get me wrong,
hubby
I
and
have
I
more
both-
confidence issues
Yeah.
all over the place. But I also absolutely love myself because ain't nobody in the world going to be like me except for me. Ain't nobody going to love me like I can.
Yeah.
Nobody's been with me as long as I have.
Right. Yet again,
Mhm.
it falls back to one of my coping mechanisms is I'm the only one that at the end of the day is going to be there for me when I need somebody, regardless of how big my support system is.
And
I know how
that is a really how can I put this?
Honestly and bluntly is typically how I like to take it.
Yeah, well, you know, not everybody likes their hair pulled.
You got to do it right.
Do it right. You do actually. For any of you who pull hair, I don't care if you're male or female. I don't care who you are. Know that there are good ways and bad ways to pull hair.
Yeah,
you can actually hurt people.
Shit.
The same as and choking is the same way. There's ways to do it and ways not to do it.
I
also am of the understanding that I am hard to take a lot of the time, and I am very uncontrollable a lot of the time, and I'm not always saying that I'm always in a positive aspect in my life, because a lot of the times I'm not.
Nobody is. Okay. This is not, I'm not saying that I am like this 24/7. I have to have, I call Mel. I said, Mel, I need to tell me I'm pretty. Okay. Okay. So she tells me I'm pretty. I'm better. I just need that little, but I'm aware enough to know. It's when you get to the point where you're aware enough to know when you need those pushes.
Yeah.
How many conversations
I need a push.
have we had where you've gotten a hold of me and you're like, I just need to get this out. And I'm like, then get it the fuck out.
Yep. Or just tell me everything's going to be okay. Here's it. Everything's going to be okay. Thanks. That's all I needed.
Yeah.
Right. And you can ask Vixie, because we've had these conversations multiple times where I will never judge you if you come to me and ask me for help. Ever. I don't care what the situation is unless you're a pedophile. You can be a serial killer and tell me that you need help, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to judge you, but I'll listen.
Hard line. Couldn't think of the word.
Don't come at me because I don't want to have to kill you.
I don't want to kill you. When I was teaching, there's no other way to say this. When I was teaching BDSM classes.
Why?
There are hard limits and soft limits in the structures, and for and there's lists. There's actually a list, and the list is pages and pages long. It's not a short list. And when I'm trying to explain this to people, people are like, "Oh, I don't have any hard or short." Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Whether you know you do consciously or not is one thing. And once I hand you this list, you're gonna go,
oh, not that. Oh, not that. Oh, not that. Yeah.
And the minute you have a knee jerk, you put that in one of two categories. It's either the hard limit or soft limit. And hard limits, I use this. It's like peppermint sticks. They'll break your teeth if you crunch down on them. That's not happening. It's not going to happen. Hard limits are not going to happen. Soft limits are kind of like Twizzlers.
Yeah,
you bite into them sometimes. Sometimes you got to stay away from them, but sometimes you can
I'm the
bite
asshole
right
who
in.
tries to bite a fucking Tootsie Pop the minute it goes in my mouth.
Not the point, Jerry. Not the point.
It's not the point, Jerry. It's not.
It was a metaphor, actually. Not
but
really.
A lot of
like,
things
I legit do it, but
a lot of things with expectations.
It was a metaphor.
Did he just say what? 5?
Metaphor?
Oh.
He's cackling out there. He's fighting this community. Anyway. Smart. Now I forgot what I was saying. So my point of my story is there is usually stuff out there that you don't even know.
Yeah.
How you're going to react or how you're going to feel.
Or you just assume that it's off limits for everyone and you shouldn't do that.
Or
you shouldn't do that. We were just talking about that earlier.
Because you know it, everybody else should know it.
Well, it's kind of like I tell people. The word necrophilia means having sex with dead people. Now that's not the creepy part. The creepy part is we have enough people who do it
that we
have to have a word for it.
Put it into play.
Yeah.
That there's a word for it.
Sorry, Jane, what's going on? Is it your belly? Is it your head? Is it your butt? What's going on?
Where's your boo-boo?
Where's the boo-boo? We're not going to kiss it.
Where's the boo-boo?
What's my answer? Like, anytime somebody gets sick, I'm like, have you pooped today? God, that's mom mode like a motherfucker.
I have the kids that don't want to.
Yeah.
I have the kid that won't, when he goes on the truck all week with his dad, will not shit once until he gets home. And I'm like, how do you not shit for a week?
My brother was like that. He almost got himself sick a couple of times.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was
like,
the same way.
Dude, if you
can't do that anywhere but home.
It's my dad.
Oh, he's got the crap that's floating all over the country.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got
Me
it.
too. Like it's
At
real
first I
heavy in
thought
my
I had the
chest and my
COVID, and then I'm like,
sinuses.
nope.
Like before I went
There
to
was
bed
stuff
last
coming up.
night. Yeah. Like,
There's stuff
last
coming up.
night-
It's probably not COVID.
No. No.
That's what the hospital told me. It might be a lie. I don't know. That's what they told me.
No.
There's
Yeah,
stuff
I'm
coming
gonna
up.
ask
It might
again,
not be
Madness.
COVID.
Are you at work or are you
Oh,
gonna
baby,
join
we
us?
at church today. We preaching about everything. Welcome to Sunday morning.
Sunday morning on Planet Flipside. What did you talk about? We talked about necrophilia, BDSM, Baphomet,
I was explaining Dane about the whole Baphomet having
pooping.
tits.
With IBS, I had to be able to go anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah.
I am willing to stop. Like, there's construction on the interstate from where I work to my house. There's porta potties every couple miles. I will if I'm that desperate. I will stop.
Hold on a minute. Okay, so Mel can actually attest to this because she's on the medication that my trucker was on.
Mm-hmm.
With metformin,
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
You gotta shit.
Yeah.
Like there is no ifs, ands, or buts. There is no is there a toilet around it? You gotta shit.
No.
I have
You gotta
extra
pull
clothes
off
in my
on the side of
car.
the fucking
Yeah.
road.
I haven't had to do it yet, but
Well, no.
the thought is always there.
Yeah, Jellybean, you're right. They're changing Baphomet again, where they're taking now like the one that I made for Dane that you guys bought. There was a pattern for wings on it, but I asked him. I think I asked him, and I don't think he said he wanted the wings. And if he does want the wings, just send it back. I'll fucking make the wings and put them on there for him.
She will. The
Hashtag pooping.
I have a friend who has really bad IBS, and she didn't want to leave the house for the same reason.
Yeah.
For that reason. She and she'd carry this god awful perfume with her. And she thought that helped. It did not. Let me tell any of you, it does not. It makes it worse. If you need something, get Poopery. That actually works.
That is the only thing.
I bought her like a year's supply of it. I'm like, quit that god awful perfume. Gotta quit. It's killing me.
All it smells like is that perfume and shit.
Yes, it
right.
Just, Poopery actually works. You put it in the toilet before. You just kind of throw it in. Nisa! So I highly recommend that to anyone who has those problems and needs to go in public, and that's one way you can get over it. Don't spray perfume.
No, my sister-in-law.
For those of us who are highly allergic, please don't spray.
Well, my sister-in-law actually keeps it in the house because at one point she had 3 boys in the house and her. Actually, at one point she had her boyfriend, his son, and her 3 boys in the house. So
5 boys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Agree, Jellybean.
I don't wear perfume or okay. I walk around smelling like a fucking a giant Jolly Rancher because of the deodorant that I wear. And it's men's deodorant.
Mm-hmm.
I just started using Lumineux. And I love this stuff.
It's a deodorant kind of thing.
It's a body deodorant. You can put it anywhere, and it's very light. I got tangerine, but it's a very light smell. It's like almost like a very lightly scented lotion.
Mm-hmm.
But you can put it like under boobs.
I put my deodorant under my boobs anyway.
Under your hips. Yeah, but this doesn't have anything, but this is like all natural. I have problems with aluminums.
Yeah.
And sulfates and a lot of things. It's not an antiperspirant, which I still use under my arms because, oh my God, I sweat like a boy. It's like my friend Jenny Purr's mom would say, "Oi, Jenny Purr, you smell like a boy. Go take a shower."
Yeah.
I love that woman. She makes me lumpas. Those are the best. It's the best Filipino thing in the world. Lumpias. If you have never had a lumpia, go get one. They're really good. They're the best. I used to find them in my freezer. Can you tell? That would be like that's like the best gift. You have a long, hard day at work. You come home, you open the freezer, like, there are lumpias in my freezer.
I would want to live in
Jennifer's mom is visiting. It was so funny. She always knew we called her Jen, not Jennifer. We called her Jen. But anytime her mom was around, it was, "Hi, Jennifer." She goes, "Mom came over, huh?" Hey.
I didn't know you were working at Bath and Body Works.
Oh, yeah, no, I wouldn't be able to. Like, my fucking allergies and my migraines would be on fire all the time. Like, legit, when the boy has body spray, I'm like, you better spray that shit outside the house, because I'm not dealing with a fucking migraine all day.
It's very far. I mean, I grew up with my mom who's allergic to everything, but there are certain perfumes that she can use and I can use. And it's like, Clinique Happy is one that I really like. It's just a very soft.
That's a nice.
My mom's favorite.
Oscar de la Renta is probably the strongest and most expensive one I ever wore. But when I say wear, I'm talking about you put a little on your wrist, you rub your wrists together, you rub them behind your ears, you rub it behind your knees, and that's it. You don't touch it for the rest of the day.
It's not all
you
over.
Don't bathe in it. It's a spray, people.
I used to.
Or I would wear what I mostly wore, and what I probably would still wear if I actually fragrance, is sandalwood oil. And that would be a little on pressure points and go through my day. And everyone would go, "You smell so good." Not Egyptian sandalwood.
No.
Right.
That's too musky. Oh, you smell like a boy. Oh, too musky.
I don't know what the
regular sandalwood.
Sparkling icicle is.
There were two that I could actually use that were female based, and the funny thing is one of them is called opium, and it was something my grandmother used to use.
Opium is the oil opium or the perfume?
It was like almost like a chapstick kind of consistency. So
from Avon.
Yes,
I know.
And my nana used to wear it all the time. And the other one,
Poison was real big when I was in high school.
There was opium. My mom wore the Jovan White Musk. Beautiful scent.
No.
I loved it. I can't wear it. I break out.
It's like I like smelling little old ladies wearing Charlie. It's like this comforting smell, but I would never wear it.
And then the one that I actually actively went out and bought was from Victoria's Secret. It was part of the Angel
Bombshell.
No, it was called Halo.
Oh, okay.
And they don't make it anymore. And I was like, well, I guess I'm just never buying a fucking perfume for the rest of my goddamn life.
And that's the other thing about essential oils is they don't go. They're essential oils. You can always get them. You have to look for them, but you can get them.
Right.
And when I was in high school, Cassie and Maswell, some of you may know that. That's a very famous soap company. They made sandalwood bar soap, liquid soap, conditioner, shampoo, and lotion. And when I turned like 21, 22, somewhere in there, they stopped making it.
Rude.
They just stopped. I'm still upset. I wrote them a really long, obscene letter when it happened. Let me tell you.
Really good at that, by the way, guys.
Oh yeah.
The anger was real. You know what they sent me? Thank you for being a customer. Type. Yeah. Thank you, freaking bullshit letter.
Yeah.
That's what I got to say about that. And it's funny because, like, when I'm out in public, there are 3 very distinctive colognes that I can call that quick. It's the original Adidas, not Adidas Sport. Aspen and Stetson.
Drakkar Noir, Cool, and Fahrenheit are the 3 I can always smell.
And the funny thing is,
I'm a little bit older, and that's probably right when the change happened.
Well, and the funny thing is like if somebody walks by me when they're wearing Stetson, like I legit just instinctively start following that person for no reason. Because I love the smell of Stetson.
Don't get me wrong, Drakkar Noir was oversold in the early 90s. It was overdone. But I love that smell. It's such a clean smell, comparatively speaking, to most men's sprays. The same thing with Cool Water. Cool water is a nice clean smell.
it's a mouth-watering smell for me. But man,
somebody was trained.
And my nose just goes, whoa! What?
Somebody's got some conditioning going on there.
But it also depends on somebody's body chemistry as well, because there are people in the world that you can put the most beautiful smelling perfume on them, and it's just rancid.
I turn colognes into alcohol.
Yeah, because the way your body chemistry.
I have to test them. That's one of the reasons Happy was such a cool one. I'm like, it doesn't turn to smell like I've been drinking all day.
Right.
Yay!
Right. What was the one that I used to use when I was growing up? Sunflower? I can't remember who the fuck did it.
Oh yeah, a lot of my friends wore that.
Yeah.
And then there was it was pink.
Vanilla Fields was a big one for girls.
Oh, I can't
and
stand
I still don't like it.
Cotton candy. Cotton candy was a big one.
Oh, that's a little younger than me, I think. Vanilla Fields and Tea Rose. And I do like Tea Rose, but chill it. Just a little bit on the pressure points, people. You don't have to bathe in it.
Right. And that's another thing is people just like, they spray it on. And I'm like, no, if you spray it in front of yourself and then you walk through it.
Spritz, 2, 3, walk.
Right.
Didn't
and
you
then
guys
do it backwards and you're just fine. And sometimes walking backwards is way too much.
I'm so glad they stopped doing that spray at the door at the mall. I can't tell you how many people I've hit because of that. I'm lucky I'm not in jail.
When you go through
I'm like, you do that to me one more time, I swear to the God, you will not be able to breathe.
Right, because allergies. So, like, another one was the upper class department stores when you would walk in and they would do that shit.
And I'm allergic to a lot of those.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, highly. Estee Lauder will about kill me. I don't know what they put in their signature fragrances, but there's something in all of them that makes me stop wanting to breathe.
Right. That, and I can't walk into, I don't even know if Rue 21 is still a thing anymore, but when they were, like, we don't have one here anymore, but back home and here, when you would walk into the store, my lungs were like, fuck you, we're done. It can't do
we're done. There's Bath and Body Works, I can be in there for a few minutes, but it's too perfumey. I have a hard time going down detergent aisles at the grocery store, though. Like,
not so much with me, but like, and I don't go into Bath and Body Works because I got no reason to go in there. I would spend way too much money.
I like their clean linen. I get anything clean linen. I love that smell.
But like in our mall,
Black Cherry Merlot.
When you walk in, you can smell it over the food court, and that's what my deterrent is. If I could smell it over the food court, now
they put in Cocoa Beach Mall, in the Merritt Island Mall, which is right just west of Cocoa Beach. There's a little island in the river, and they have a mall. They put the Bath and Body Works directly across from the chairs are in front of the Bath and Body Works for the food court. What the hell?
You absolutely hate the smell.
I looked at it and I was like, this is so wrong on so many levels.
Wait, hold on. You wore Britney Spears perfumes in school. Now I can't go
Hawaiian Lysol
because of their perfume counter.
When I get Lysol, I get, again, clean linen. I like clean smells. Can you tell? Baby powder, clean linen, fresh breeze. Sometimes fresh breeze is a little too perfumey for me.
Now, granted, I use Scentsies in the house. Okay. Yeah. But I don't do anything like, especially during, I can't stand Christmas and fall smells. Like, I can't stand cinnamon and I can't stand fucking vanilla. And I
love evergreen, and hubby doesn't like it.
Okay, that's okay, but it's not cinnamon and it's not vanilla.
Oh, see, that's me baking, so.
Right. Now, granted,
my house just smells like that when I bake.
The brownie scents. But I typically...
I don't like sweet smells.
Oh, I love them. And currently, I made the boys pick last night when I changed the one in the living room, and they picked one that is supposed to smell like cupcakes. And it smells like plastic to me. But
I like lemon anything too.
Oh, I love taking lemons and cutting them in half and rubbing them down my counters.
and chewing them. Throw lemons and baking soda in your garbage disposals, people.
Yeah.
It'll be smelling a lot better, and it costs
Also, bugs
so
don't
much
like
less than
citrus.
those little pill things you get.
Right.
I wish we had
Yeah,
a
Christmas
garbage
trees
disposal.
are just I love evergreens, but like Christmas trees are hard. We can't have a real tree in the house because, well, allergies.
And cats.
And cats.
Yeah.
I'm allergic
Yeah,
to Christmas
cats.
trees. I'll break out in hives.
Oh wow.
Yeah. My dad did the same thing. I get itchy, but I don't get like full on hives and shit. That's
Face
I
as well.
suck.
But I typically use like sweet pea or honeysuckle in the house.
Honeysuckle's a nice one.
Yeah, because it's mellow
those are
enough
too
to where it's
sweet
not
to me.
dramatic. Do what?
Well,
Vicky?
I love the smell of honeysuckle. When I sneeze, I smell honeysuckle, which means I have jack sinuses. I know. Don't everyone come after
Right.
me. I've known this. I've had them like that since I was 14. I'm 47. I'm okay.
Dude, if I sneezed and
Yeah.
smelled honeysuckle every time I sneezed, I'd be a happy fucking kid. I'd try to sneeze all the
I
time.
love sneezing. People are like, and that, and it's like this whole cathartic release. Because I just let it go. I don't hold back. I'm not like one of those girls goes, itchy. No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
hell
either
no.
squeak or I scream.
I am like the big bad wolf blowing the piggy's houses down.
And usually
I
if I
roar.
squeak, it's because I'm trying to hold the noise level down. Because when I tell you that I scream when I sneeze,
Oh,
I
I
really
believe
do
it.
scream when I sneeze.
My uncle did. It was like frightening when he sneezed.
Mm-hmm.
Also, when he sat on the toilet in the morning in the winter.
Yeah.
We always knew when that happened, and it was scary sound that he made. I mean,
The
seriously,
funny thing is so
he spoke
like
orc.
as far as going back to the evergreen thing, I love the smell of pine salt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so do I. I don't use it.
It's got to be
I
original
love the
pine
smell of
salt.
it.
Yeah, like I have a bottle underneath of my fridge, or not, underneath my fridge, underneath of my
Interesting.
sink. Yeah, it's right underneath of there.
Right on. There's a little trapdoor.
But I
Super
can't
room.
use it on my floors because they're the boards that you put together
Yeah.
that look like hardwood.
Mhm.
Floating,
So I can't
floating floor.
Yeah, I can't really use anything other than a Swiffer on them. But like on
'Cause they're warped.
my the back room, it's concrete on the floor, so I can use it back there. But I took the mop out of the house because, well, I have a fucking Swiffer now. So I have this bottle of pine salt underneath of the sink that I never use, and every once in a while I'll just pull it out just to smell it.
Nah.
You could put it in your toilet bowl, the tank.
Problem being, this is the amount of cleaning products that I use in that toilet bowl. I'm gonna make a bomb one day.
It happens.
It does. A lot of
People blow up toilets
I
a lot
remember
more
when,
than you'd like to
when
know.
there was this big hoodoo about people using ammonia and bleach in their toilet and killing themselves because they were making bombs in their toilet while they were
It's
cleaning.
mustard gas.
Realize.
It is mustard gas. And y'all, if you do it, I am not responsible for your ass.
Right.
You done did it on your own. Do your research. Don't be stupid.
Right.
Citric acid and bleach do the same thing. I learned that the hard way, but I at least was outside when I
This cold is going to be the death of me, poor daddy baby.
did
I need
it.
to get him to take a hot shower so that heat'll help. Dane, go take a hot shower, and if you have Vicks, I don't care if it's in the puck form or if it's in the bottle form, open the bottle up and put it in the shower with you. It'll help open up your sinuses and shit, and you can breathe.
One of my favorite things to clean with is Odo Band. If I'm not making my own cleaning product, because it does have eucalyptus in it.
Mm-hmm.
And eucalyptus, bugs hate eucalyptus, by the way.
Yep.
All bugs and all spiders hate eucalyptus. Reptile, if you do have reptiles, you probably don't want to use it. If you have pet reptiles, because most reptiles do not like it. So you're good on a lot of fronts. Also, it's a natural antibiotic and it's a natural antifungal. So it's good stuff. Just don't use it on your skin because you'll probably burn yourself.
Yeah.
Because it is very if you want eucalyptus oil for your skin, you can buy that. And be careful.
I didn't know what that was until I started managing the motel, and I started out cleaning the rooms. And then
Odo Band, they used Odo Band.
Yeah.
And it smells so much better than Red Lysol. Oh my God. It does a very good job like Red Lysol. Red Lysol is what the hospitals use, just so you all know. It's actually very hard to get a hold of because it's such a high
demand.
Constant.
People
No,
think
it's
I'm
a
crazy because I go to Sally's and I
caustic.
buy
It's
gallons
highly caustic.
of barbicide because it's a hospital grade disinfectant. It also reminds me of the smell of a salon. So
yeah, I can't stand the smell of red Lysol. Makes me barfy.
okay, so also with the
that's
vapor
that's
rub.
what I was like the other day when I canceled the makeup table. It lasted a little over 24 hours. As long as he rests, you don't need to eat, you don't need to drink, you just need to tuck yourself in and sleep for 24 hours.
So another thing with the
thing
vapor rub is it's actually also a muscle relaxant. So like if you don't have icy hot and you got sore muscles, throw some vapor rub on, you guys. It's also a really good bug deterrent for when you go outside.
Yes, they don't like it.
Yeah, mosquitoes and ticks and fleas hate it.
Also, if you need relief from the pain, naturally, you can use warm washcloths. Pop them in the microwave. Just make sure you can touch them with your hands before you put them anywhere on his body, because you can burn somebody. And you can use a little bit of peppermint oil if you have it. That will help clear.
Peppermint oil is such a fucking diverse.
I use it for everything.
Girl.
I always, if I don't have any other oils in my house, I buy peppermint oil and tea tree oil in bulk.
One of Vixie's children,
the baby.
Oh, that's my girl child. She's trying to let everybody know she's pissed.
I
am so shocked.
I'm not, and right now she doesn't want to use words, so we can't fix it. So when she decides she can use words again,
wrong, so
what about those buttons you found?
I have to get them. We're waiting for our check to be cashed, so hopefully next week I'll be able to get some. And hopefully she'll use them. She's at least the eldest will use them. So
Vixie has 3 autistic children, and I believe 2 of them are nonverbal.
Yeah,
correct. The oldest 2. Well, Esme, my middle child, my girl child, she has vocabulary. It's just getting her to use it. It's limited, but oh my God, she has vocabulary.
But it's cute when she does use it. Purple gems, purple gems. I love you. It's working.
It's working. M&M's.
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 Oh,
that's a sign for M. If you
purple gem,
yeah,
purple gem.
M&M's.
This is the end.
So I've taught her signs, so she knows some signs. So, cause I grew up with 3 deaf girls in my school, and we were really good friends. So I know a lot of sign, and I've done a lot of what they call.
No,
what
and
do they
it's
call
fine.
it?
There's a lot of people that mistake it for what it is, Jelly Bean. It's we're used to it, so we kind of like
tune it out a little bit.
A little bit.
I compare my kids to training dogs. Sometimes don't feel bad.
And not only that, I mean, like we know it's gonna happen, so like we just embrace it.
If there's no malice there, I'm good. The minute you're mean to my kids, then we're on.
Right.
We're on like Donkey Kong. You're Stu.
Yeah.
That's it. You're Stu. Haven't had good. The Sabrina line. Oh, darn it! Why do you have to go and do that? We hadn't had a good long pork in a long time.
No,
I
don't
love
feel
that.
bad.
I'm very mad that show ended.
The original?
No, the new one.
Oh, the newer.
They ended it.
I know.
It was good.
It's on Netflix. You can just go back and rewatch it whenever.
I've watched it twice.
That's it.
I rewatched it twice, so I watched it 3 times.
When it came out, everybody expected it to be like the original, and then it came out, and I was like,
tell from
this
the
is more of a
beginning.
realistic, darker side of it. I love it.
There's a line that I did audio on TikTok. It's where Hilda.
God, hubby.
Dean, don't feel bad.
Dixie did a lot of Hilda.
Oh,
You.
I did a lot of Hilda. I love Hilda. I got to redo them because they're
Fantastic.
fuzzy. And when I downloaded them, they downloaded them fuzzy.
talk about the almond cookies.
Yes, that's the one. That's my favorite one.
I have that saved in my draft.
Those are
somewhere.
almond cookies. I have the whole thing. It's the whole 1 minute of it. If I will if you need that audio, it's the whole Oh,
The whole thing.
since your sister put an earworm in. Oh, I wouldn't do that. See, what you're eating are almond cookies, and almond
I love
cookies
that.
disguise the taste of arsenic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna bruise.
Cyanide.
Cyanide.
Mhm.
Sorry, cyanide. And boom. Oh, that's gonna leave a bruise.
Yeah.
Sex, I know. If you're gonna be doing it, Hilda, you should be able to say it. I can say it. I love when she gets all. She gets all. That, yeah, I fell in love with that character. Hilda is, oh my god, that is the best Hilda ever. Is that woman just nailed it?
I found it entertaining on the episode where they went. I can't remember exactly how they got there, but the original actors were on the show.
Oh yes, that was the last season, and that was good. That was so good.
It really was.
No,
I was so excited.
Oh, they were stuck on the set, like they lived there.
Yeah,
Don't.
it was great.
Memory problems, guys. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We forgive you.
I also have memory problems.
But you do realize that you didn't even have to leave the room for that to happen, right? Do you all know that our brains are trained to like forget stuff when we walk through a doorway?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Isn't that the weirdest thing to find out, that we've actually been conditioned over the years?
If I turn
hallways
the
are
direction I'm
fairly
facing,
new
I'll
thing.
forget.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd be
If
like,
I was the other way, I'm screwed.
I was getting ready to sit down this morning, and I thought I had a pair of glasses over here. And I got the coffee. I brought it over. I like changed my clothes real quick. I was doing all this stuff. And I sat down and I was like, I knew I was supposed to go over to the other side of the room for something. I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to go over there for? And it took me a good solid minute and a half to realize, hey, dummy, you're not going to be able to see unless you put your glasses on.
Love it.
Aliens. Aliens. I love that.
However, I can't decide whether major corporations that are discount stores or drug stores, as well as grocery stores, we're not going to name them, spray they either spray Prozac in the air or methamphetamines.
happy juice.
Well, Prozac makes me hyper, and every time I walk into this one specific store, I get really fucking hyper and really fucking angry.
There was a new Walmart built up about 30 minutes away.
That's the one I was talking about that I wasn't trying to name, but yeah.
Oh, well, Mom and I went in there and we were just, everybody was so like creepy happy. And we were just like, we got to get out of here because it wasn't working on us. We were just like, I don't want this.
Yeah, like
I don't deal well with
legitimately
Walmart.
believe that this is opinion. No, if they sprayed THC in the air, I'd stay in there all the fucking time.
We'd be like, we'll pay rent.
Right.
Yeah.
Mine has a Subway, a nail salon, and a hair salon. We'd be set.
Well, in ours, they didn't. They used to. They had a Subway. They took it out. They're using it for storage now. And they had a nail salon. They took that out. They put Claire's in.
What?
Yeah, there's a Claire's in my Walmart. The
Yeah,
one
there's
back home has a McDonald's in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the bigger one that we have is McDonald's.
There's
It's
one
not
down
new
in Hampton
conditioning,
with the
it's basic
Build-A-Bear.
instinct. You leave the cave
What?
and your brain resets
Yeah.
to better respond to a predator jumping on you. Yeah. I don't get elevated when I go into Walmart, and I don't get the munchies anyway. Like, that's just, no, I don't.
I do. It depends on what it is.
No, it could be either or a hybrid, and I'm like, nope. I get really, and they work opposite on me. Like indicas, I get very, very. I gotta get up and I gotta get shit done. Where sativas are the ones that are like, okay, it's time to relax and chill out. So like my brain switches them, and then I just don't get the munchies. However, Cottonmouth is a bitch.
What's Cottonmouth? I know. Don't look at me. I don't know what
Dry
it is.
mouth.
It's where you just
where your tongue dries out. You just can't
Yeah.
get, like, there's no moisture in your mouth.
But it is moisturized, but it's like, for me,
Dry.
it's like there's a film where it's
Yeah.
just the dryness is
Ugh.
there, but like it's still wet, and I'm like,
Extreme thirst.
Well, and when I was on phentermine, 100 fucking years ago, it was the same fucking thing, just more intensified, because the fact that there was amphetamines in the medication, like, it was just insane. Like, I literally was drinking 2 gallons of water a day and couldn't get enough because my cotton mouth was so bad. Like, and it was so bad.
I remember those days.
Yeah. Okay. So when
I loved
fen-phen was a
ephedrine,
thing,
especially when it was legal.
Yeah,
And just
when fen-phen
buy it
was
off
a
the
thing,
shelf.
it was one of the ingredients in fen-phen, and then they found out that they had to separate them, and then they found out if you take too much phentermine, you can actually kill yourself.
Yeah.
I miss amphetamine.
I don't
it
like
made me
taking
happy.
anything.
I actually lost too much weight. The only time I have never been skinny, but the smallest I was a size 14. And that was because of I liked it. And all I did
was
was
14
smoke.
after I had my sister moved. Didn't last long.
I was just gonna say, yeah, but that sis was like another person. Oh my god.
That was like that wasn't even a small toddler. That was like a good sized child.
It was my dad's friend's kid at the time was 7, and it was about the same
that size.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I lost a bunch of weight. Before I got my gallbladder out, I was 250. I went down to 150.
Wow.
And that's why my doctor was like, something's wrong. I'm like, wow, you didn't listen to me a year ago. Now you're listening to me.
Razor.
Yeah. She was very big on the, you need to lose weight. You need to do
that's
this.
Occam's razor.
Yeah.
Because it's the theory of the only reason you're unhealthy is because you're overweight.
And it wasn't. My whole family has a history with gallbladder issues. 3 of my aunts had their gallbladders out. And like a great grandma
that
or
was
something
the worst.
needed hers out, but she died from it. So.
Oh my god, that was the worst. I really thought that was worse than childbirth. I really thought that I was going to die. That's the only time in my life I really thought I was going to die. Sitting in the car, I looked at my mother. I said, please make sure that hubby marries someone who loves the kids.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, you're not dying. I said, oh, I beg to differ with you.
Feels like it. Yeah.
And then they wouldn't take it out. And I looked at my mother, who's a nurse, and I said, how do I make it act up so they'll take
really
it out?
did.
She said,
greasy food.
Greasy, spicy food. I said, buy me pizza. Let's go.
I miss
and it hurt. Oh my god. It tasted delicious, but it hurt so bad.
See, and I've never had gallbladder issues. Like, I still have all my extra parts, weirdly, strangely enough. I've never, and for the amount of soda and shit food that I've eaten for basically my entire life, you think I would, but
usually you're predisposed to
oh no, my mom has gallbladder issues.
Yeah, it's
like
female fat and 40. It's the 3 F's: female fat and 40. It's usually when it'll kick in, unless you're already very predisposed with family issues. Then it can hit you at any time.
I was 24.
Which was about 30 years ago. So instead of taking her gallbladder out, they went in and they took the stones out.
Did that work out better?
Did that work?
For her, it did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I wish I could have just gotten mine out, but mine was like a sack of marbles.
Oh, yeah. Mine was so bad. Actually, when I went back like the 3rd time, I think, the person who finally got me in the ER said, I can't believe they haven't done this. I'm like, that's what I've been saying.
I had to go from when I lived in Newport News, I had to go all the way to Norfolk, which is like an hour, to go get my ultrasound done. For what reason, I don't know, but I got the ultrasound done, and the lady was super nice, and she was looking at it, and she was like, I can't tell you anything. But she was talking to me about her daughter, but she was like, I'm sending this right now. And I was like, Okay.
Yeah,
That's
that
not
kind of response is
concerning.
like, oh, I'm just going to drive to the hospital because they're going to call me anyway.
Right.
Well, that's like after my CAT scan, I got to the specialist office. They're like, we're going to send you to a specialist office. And I get to the specialist office, and the lady at the front desk was like, okay, you know, you're checked in. Is there somebody that can drive you home? I'm like, no, I drove myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I get back to the little room, you know, and the nurse that brought me back there, did somebody come with you? No, I drove myself. I can drive. I'm an adult. Like, they all thought I was going to freak out when they told me about the cyst and like being incapacitated or whatever. I'm like, okay, so when's the surgery? And they're like, well, the earliest we can get you in is 3 days. Okay, I'll see you in 3 days.
I've been living with this people. You don't understand. This isn't news.
Yeah.
I had no cares. I was
just fix it.
Chrissy said that her gallbladder was taken out because it was shutting down. It only worked at 13% in her 20s. So they said that will happen and all of her organs slowly. Is that because of the
CP?
Yeah. Sorry, brain farted.
It's okay. I knew where you're going.
Not usually. Yes, I do.
You know where I'm going?
Variances are not fun.
No. And I wholeheartedly believe the reason why I had a fucking period every other week for fucking almost 2 months was because of the cyst that lives in my uterus.
Mine explode. I know when they explode, I can feel it.
Yeah.
It hurts. Unless I get a really bad fever, I don't even go anywhere with
it. I have them all through my tatas because I have fibrocystic breast disease.
Me too.
Typically, you're only supposed to get them in one. Okay? Like, I have them in both. They've migrated.
The first time I had a not self-exam, the nurse said, okay, I don't want you to freak out. You have very lumpy breasts. And I'm like, yeah, I know. She goes, okay, a lot of people jump to the conclusion when they have lumps that they're automatic, but you probably, unless yours hurt.
Yeah, that was the whole reason why I freaked out, was because like I could feel lumps in there, and then I was like, I just thought they were little fat pockets, but they hurt.
Yeah, if they hurt, you should really get them checked.
So I went to the doctor. She ordered a mammogram, and they were like, well, the upside of this is that you will never get breast cancer because you have all the fibrosis in your boobs. But the downside of it is you're going to feel every time a cyst bursts. I'm like, so what happens then? They were like, you can either have them removed or you can go and get antibiotics and be put on a string of antibiotics.
Yeah, like I said, unless I get a fever, I just don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
If I get a fever, I go get antibiotics. But if I don't,
right,
it means I don't have an infection.
Right. Now, the fun part is when they get real bad, because I've got one that's the size of the bottom of a mayonnaise jar in my right one. And it's usually a hormone imbalance, like my period shows up. I look like I have breast implants at certain points. And I'm like, hey, I look like I have boobs.
I got the tatas. Actually, you have more tatas than I thought you did. You stood up the other day and showed us your shirt, and I'm like,
no, this is 2 inches of padding. If I took this off, there'd be pancakes, okay?
Hey, it's all in the presentation, honey.
Right.
You can put them up on a platter. It's okay.
Justin doesn't care. He likes them. What the fuck? He's a booby boy.
Titties on a platter.
Yeah.
I have a couple bras that do that. I can't breathe in them anymore. I don't hardly ever.
There was
use
a
very but it's like titties on a platter
that hubby just ejected from the house. Thank you for not smooshing it.
Nah.
We smushed a spider.
Was it a wolf spider?
But it
we have
came
lots
down
of wolf
from the ceiling.
As long as it's not a banana spider, I'm cool.
Well, I don't mind wolf spiders because they eat other spiders.
Mm-hmm.
No, the only thing about wolf spiders here is I don't want the kids to play with it.
Right. Now, if you piss them off, they will bite you.
Yeah, they do
does
bite.
Love my shiny biscuit.
It doesn't hurt you. But we also have banana spiders down here.
I don't know what those are.
They're big.
They're big and shiny and yellow, and they have very long legs, and they're very poisonous.
Sounds like my vacuum would like them.
Nah.
Fire likes them. That's the only spider, and it's not. We also have brown recluse, but they're farther.
Right.
They're less likely, and you need quite a few of them to get you before you start getting sick. Like if you fall in a nest of brown recluse, you're gonna have to go to the hospital. It's gross.
Not here. If you find one and you get bit, it's instantaneous necrotitis.
Oh well, yeah, you're gonna have to get it treated. But like if you get, you have time.
Yeah.
With the banana spider, there's not a lot of time.
So where I grew up,
you're lucky if you get to the hospital.
Brown recluses, we had black widows, we had wolf spiders, we had camel spiders because the Air Force would bring them back over from the desert. And then we had tarantulas.
Tarantulas are cute.
I don't do arachnids. And then we also had scorpions. And the reason why I brought up the vacuum,
I don't like scorpions because they're mean little fuckers.
They are. And especially when you have the same colored carpet as them.
Yeah.
You can't see them. The only way you can see them is with a black light at night. It's very far and few between that I would walk through the house without my phone flashlight on because that's the only way I could see them. And
we have scorpions down here, but not many. It's few and far between. But my problem was I had an Oceloso Terrier mix, so he was a medium dog. And I didn't like him to go out in the yard if I could hear them because they make this clicky noise.
They do. But
so if I can hear him, it was like, no, you're not going in the yard. We're going for a walk.
So the vacuum was amazing because it would suck them up and disintegrate them, especially like Dysons are really famous for sucking.
Yeah, because that horsepower is amazing.
Yes. So I always make sure if I see there's a spider in the house that does not need to be in the house, I'm like, go grab the vacuum. I'm sucking this bitch up.
That's a wolf spider.
Everyone differently, because the development, some of your organs aren't at full function.
Yeah.
I need to get the booty butter. I do. It was gray and the body was about an inch long and it was missing the two front legs on the right side. Oh, it's been in a fight.
Yep. Probably with
Warrior. Probably with Esme.
Esme won.
Now, I didn't think that Kansas had the snake population that it does. I forgot that there are non-poisonous snakes in the world. I grew up.
I'm from Michigan. There was one poisonous or two poisonous snakes in Michigan, and I'd always forget that we had poisonous snakes.
Yeah. So back home we had timber rattlers. Or diamondbacks. So like if there was a snake around, you just didn't go outside because we didn't have any other kind of snakes. Then I moved here and everybody's like, oh yeah, you got racers and you've got
we have lots of black racers here.
The black water snakes. I can't remember what the fuck they're called.
Moccasins?
Yes.
Moccasins.
Water moccasins. You freak me out.
They're the worst.
Cottonmouths.
Yeah, we have those here.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Those are not nice.
But
they make you very sick.
Since I was a kid, that I had seen a gardener snake, and these motherfuckers around here get big.
Cool. Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna chase that motherfucker down with my lawnmower. Fuck that, he's bigger than me. He's gonna eat me.
That didn't work.
Chicken eaters.
Ragnar the spider.
Actually, my chickens usually ate the snakes. And the rats. Oh, chickens love themselves some rat. Man, they'll fight over that thing.
It was out in the middle of the country, so we had a lot of wildlife. Like we have wildlife in town because we're so remote. But like the amount of raccoons and possums that were at the old house was just awesome because they kept the snake population down. Now, granted, there was the storm shelter was outside the house and had these big metal doors. Well, I went out there one day because the landlord wanted me to go drop bug bombs down there. Because we had to do that like twice a year. So I went and I threw one down there and looked down and there's this big ass snake and I slammed the door and I got the snake caught halfway through. Didn't care what kind of snake it was. It was a fucking snake. I said, fuck this, I'm out. Well, it was either early spring or late fall, one of the two, I can't remember. But my windows were open and I heard this crunching sound. And I look out the fucking window and there's a goddamn raccoon eating the fucking snake.
Wow.
It was gross.
Yeah.
Shut the window.
Shut the window.
Shut the fucking window.
If possums didn't smell so bad, I'd
We don't
totally
have
let them
coral
live
snakes.
under my house.
Well, that's because you
They
live in
eat
South Texas,
everything.
Christy. That's gonna happen. You guys probably have diamondbacks, whereas the further north you get, like we actually have pygmy rattlers up here.
We have pygmy rattlers down here. Those are
More desert climates, you're gonna have
smart.
more timber rattlers and
skinks,
more
too.
diamondbacks. You have what?
In Michigan, we have Michigan rattlers, but to find a Michigan rattler is like near on never. I don't think I ever actually saw one.
D&D concept. Pot smoking druid who had a specialty of summoning snakes. The kind?
Nah.
Cottonmouth.
Dad joke. Dad joke. I love you.
It's great.
Copperheads.
Don't fuck with them.
We have black racers here, and they get huge. They get like
We have
like python
black
huge.
and we have
I was like,
yellow
I
and
didn't
we
know
have
they
green.
got that big. We have corn
Matter of fact,
snakes too.
When we lived at the old house, we had to have, and this is an actual thing, we had to have the house snake proofed because snakes were coming in from underneath of the house and they kept getting in. And we had 2 or 3 of them.
Morning, Myrtle.
Matter of fact,
Morning.
Justin had taken the kid on the truck for spring vacation. Okay. So we had, it was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And the middle bedroom had been converted into a laundry room. Well, the kid was gone, so I didn't use his bathroom and I didn't use his bedroom. So I just shut the doors. I closed the rooms down. They came back and Keegan went to go to the bathroom and he walks in and he starts screaming because there's a fucking snake wrapped around his shower head.
Oh.
It was a yellow belly racer. So Justin,
I've never heard of that.
Nephew, yeah, we have black, yellow, and green. Justin went and got his nephew to come get this snake, and then he was like, "I'm gonna ask my mom if I can keep the snake." I'm like, "It's a wild snake. You can't tame this motherfucker. No, you can't take him out to the front yard and let him go."
I thought hognose snakes were poisonous.
No.
I don't know. Boop the
Well, they're the
About
ones that
Jimmy.
will play dead. Yeah. They're the little play dead ones. They're really cute, actually.
I saw a
Are they the
video
ones with the
of
funny
a
face, like they
skeleton
got the funny
snake.
mouth? Oh, you can't
Yeah.
stand those.
You're so cute.
I don't do. There's a lot of things I don't
Yeah.
do, and snakes are one of them. Like I grew up, snakes, spiders, and scorpions were bad, and I kept that as an adult. That's why I try to run snakes over with my lawnmower.
You know what Jimmy doesn't do?
Morning, Jimmy. Morning, Myrtle. Sorry.
He doesn't come to lives on time.
Morning, Jimmy. I wasn't on time either.
We online to do our homework, and
I was
said,
Don't help him, polite.
Okay,
3
venomous.
You were on time. What are you talking about?
No snake is poisonous. I mean,
they're venomous.
It's not. Well, no, there are a few that are because you can't eat them. I understand.
True.
It's venomous. I apologize.
I will tell you that if you cook rattlesnake right, it tastes like chicken.
No, it doesn't. It's sweet and it's delicious. It does not taste like chicken.
Where I grew up, they taste like chicken.
Depends on the kind of chicken.
I don't know what chickens y'all eat, but it's not
I
right.
think you're showing us that you have an uncultured palate.
You have an unfiltered.
No, he said uncultured.
Excuse me, sir.
Well, it's like somebody tried to tell me gator tail tastes like chicken. I'm like,
No, it
oh
doesn't.
my god!
No,
No, it's
had
not
it.
even the right texture.
Frog legs don't even taste like chicken.
No, frog legs are good though.
Yes, they are.
I like
Let
a
me
lot
tell
of
you,
exotic meats.
I had
Now
some
shark
huge
is
bullfrogs
terrible. Don't
last
eat shark.
house.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
It's all
no.
cartilage.
It doesn't
isn't it?
smell like anything.
Ah.
It doesn't smell like anything. It doesn't taste like anything, and it's chewy as hell.
Yeah, for me,
Yeah.
it was tough.
Probably overcooked it.
Then again,
Well, I don't know. This was a 5-star kind of,
Oh,
where the president
Brentley,
would go kind of place.
How many weeks are we now? How many weeks? Have we got to 20 yet? Are we close?
How many weeks, honey?
I want to say
He's
18
doing.
or 20.
I don't remember. I remember he was at 15, and we haven't been. I haven't been keeping track.
All I know is I'm uber proud.
Yes.
I'm really
yes.
proud of him.
We
Almost
almost
6
6
months.
months.
Wait.
Yay!
Yeah. I'm really proud of him.
Yay, Brent.
We're all really proud of it.
Yeah.
It's a big, huge thing.
It is. Especially
really
with
is.
the crap we have to deal with sometimes. So.
I
Just
understand.
be forewarned, there are
18.
going to be times
18.
where he's going to go through this, what it's called is a dry drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going to be pleasurable at all for anybody, but you're going to get through it, I promise.
And my mom's been making, she's trying to make vanilla extract. And so she had Grey Goose vodka with the vanilla extract, or where she's trying to make it. And he comes and he's like, I can't smell that. I can't smell that. I can't do it.
Right.
I'm like, it's going to be okay.
You can do this. If y'all need anything, y'all
avoid the rum balls during Christmas.
Yeah. I don't think he doesn't really do the rum balls. He doesn't do a lot of sweets. So
mine has a sweet tooth. He would.
Yeah. I do the sweets. He eats dark chocolate.
See,
That's
Christy
his
agreed with me. Rattlers taste like chicken. It depends on what part of the country.
I don't know what's
you're in.
wrong with you people. I still love you.
Barbecue that shit up just like chicken. Put some.
It's like that one time when I was in 6th grade. I went to a friend's house and they told me they were having fried chicken. I sat down and ate, looked at it and said, "That's rabbit." And the other kids at the table, all were like, "Ah!" freaking out, and the mom's going,
"Thanks a lot.
How did you know?" And I'm like, "Because it's a rabbit."
Yeah.
I know the difference. I've never. Now, when I told my brother where pork chops came from when he was 4, I thought my mother was going to kill me, like skin me alive, because he would not eat anything but peanut butter for a year.
Cuteness alert. The kitten is playing with a pack of toilet paper. Oh, that's cute. Until the kitten shreds the toilet paper.
Then you want to kill him. Get him to play with receipts. Roll them up really tight.
It's not.
And then let them go and they pop.
The adrenal glands. Actually, it's the anal glands. And it's actual vanilla extract, not.
And no, it's not vanilla extract. It's raspberry flavoring. Just so you know.
Oh.
It's not vanilla.
Yeah, my mom just got vanilla beans and she's putting them in alcohol.
That's how you make real vanilla extract. Well, you can distill it, but then you get oil.
I'm gonna say, don't tell me I have an uncultured palate, motherfucker. Let's talk about 5-star restaurants I've been to. Kangaroo meat. I've never had kangaroo.
She did not disappoint.
No. Excuse me.
Sometimes we push each other's buttons just to see the reaction because it's all in love.
I was gonna go on something about talk around. I forgot. I'll get back to it.
So I got my pen to stick.
Go ahead.
I don't know why it wasn't before, but it was so weird when I first put the backing of the
magnet
cover on,
engaged or something.
It wouldn't stick where it's supposed to stick. I was so upset.
Oh no.
So
and it was just mind-boggling. I even handed it to the hubby thinking I was doing something wrong.
And then she just all of a sudden it just stuck on there.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, my dad was an avid hunter, and there was one Thanksgiving that he had gone out and got a turkey and brought it home, and Mom dressed it and cooked the turkey. And I was small. I was probably like 5 or 6 because my sister. I was 6 because my sister was only like 2. I had made the comment, "Oh look, Dad killed Big Bird," and my sister would not eat Thanksgiving dinner that year.
Oh no.
I scarred her for life with that. Every Thanksgiving, she's like, she makes sure she goes to a store and buys her turkey, and I'm like,
it's still a bird.
I don't want to eat Big Bird.
I know. Oh my gosh. They have people like, there are actually people who do not know what hamburger is.
It's ground up cow.
Yeah.
Sorry to disappoint y'all. Oh, and all you people who eat turkey bacon because you think you're being chickenitarian, there's pork in it.
Yeah, it's not real bacon.
I don't know, ground.
How now, brown cow? But yeah, there is actually pork in turkey bacon.
Well, do you know that people don't know that there's actual it's in the grease that McDonald's uses? A lot of vegetarians and vegans think that if they go to McDonald's so they can get the fries and be safe. No, there's meat
tallow.
Yeah, there's a meat substitute or some kind of meat in the oil that's fried for the French fries.
It's the rendering fat. It's tallow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they taste so freaking good.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Five Guys fries. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I only went there
get
once and I was
canker
not impressed.
Five Guys? I've never
Very
been.
salty.
I've had Five Guys in my mouth more times than I want to count.
I was like, this is what everyone's fussing about.
Yeah.
That's what Whataburger? Whataburger?
Oh, I love Whataburger.
I don't get it. I went there once and I was like, it's okay. And people are like, it's the
regional
ketchup.
thing. It's a regional thing. That's why.
I like it.
It must be
I like
because.
Whataburger.
And where
It's
else are you
okay.
going to get a Dr. Pepper shake? Because Sonic doesn't do
Sonic-
Dr. Pepper shakes.
Yes, they do.
You have to special order them. They don't just have
Look.
them on the menu. Where when you go to fucking Whataburger, it's already on the menu.
I don't have Whataburger.
Oh my god, you're missing out.
They're up in Richmond. I used to go into them to change
Oh, the
out the
bacon.
signage for my shop, or for not my shop, for my company that I worked for, the vacation thing. I never got to eat there because I would have to drive home and eat it. It's like an hour away.
Oh man, it's very regional. And Texas got real pissed off when Whataburger sold their chain out. Like
Yeah.
oh man.
It only lasted here like 4 months and then it went under.
Oh my goodness, no.
Really?
Anytime I get a chance to go
We've got several.
back.
They didn't stick around here.
Um
We have lots of mom and pop joints here though.
well
That's
and
And I think
In-N-Out Burger is starting to expand outside of the West Coast as well, which for me, I'm just like, it's like I only get In-N-Out Burger once every 7 years or so.
Never had.
In-N-Out, isn't that the one that used to have like $10 or $10, 10-cent hamburgers?
I don't think so. They were a California.
No, that was Hot and Now.
Yeah. They were a California-based company that started going up the West Coast, and then they decided after like, I don't know how many years of being open that they were finally going to start coming east. And I think the closest one to me is in Colorado, and I can't remember where. But it's like an 8-hour drive from me, and let me tell you.
Until it's getting close to the end of the show because we're starting to talk about food.
Yeah. My belly's starting to rumble.
That's why I had to get a snack. So this is it's a strawberry cheesecake dessert bar
By whom?
by Atkins. It's got green net
they're not
carbs,
much different.
but and I know it's like processed and chemicals and shit, but
That's fine.
but it actually tastes like, and the consistency too. There's a few layers, and the middle layer is like almost like a Rice Krispie treat.
Oh.
So it kind of tastes like a Rice Krispie treat with like a little layer of raspberry. It doesn't taste like strawberry, a little layer of raspberry jelly. So it's actually really good.
It is so good. Health bars that I like are Laura
Bar.
bars.
Luna?
But I don't think you could have those because it's all fig. And that's sugar.
Yeah.
And that's fine, Chrissy. You don't have to like Whataburger just because you live in Texas.
Yeah. I'm not big
That's
on
like
Whataburger.
me. I'm from New Mexico, but that doesn't mean that I have to like Allsup's Chimneys. I love them, by the way. But that doesn't mean I have to like them.
What is in New Mexico?
Allsup's, it's a gas station chain.
Oh.
It was started in Clovis, and
It's like a Wawa. A what?
They
what?
do a bunch of deep fried foods in there, and it has a very distinct smell because when you walk into the building, because of the fact that they deep fry things in there, and they make chimichangas, and they make the originals, and then they make chicken and green chili.
Chimichanga. I almost got chimichanga
They're
the
deep
other
fried,
day.
and they're just.
I might get chimichanga today. Never had Whataburger. Like I said, I only had it once.
Most
And everyone
people
was
that
raving
have never
about
had
it.
it don't understand the.
I was gonna say it's something you grew up with. It's nostalgia.
Yeah, it's kind of like Rallies or Checkers.
I don't care for any of those. That's all the same company.
I liked their fries.
Checkers.
Also,
The
there's
breaded
people
fries.
that don't understand that Hardee's and Carl's Jr. are the same company. It just depends on what side of the Mississippi you're on.
I was just gonna say it depends on what part of the country you're in.
See, when I was in Mississippi, there was a place called Backyard Burgers, and they were really good.
I want to go to Wahlburger too. But the funny thing
I've
is,
never
like,
been there.
in Kansas, we have Hardee's, which is strange because we're on the west side of the Mississippi. But back home, we had Carl's Jr. It's the same fucking company.
Yeah. But only one of them made it into Idiocracy.
I know.
We had.
I thought that was Fuddruckers.
Fuddruckers.
That one too.
Yeah.
Fuddfuckers. We had one Hardee's here when I first moved here. It's not here anymore. And I'd never been to one before. But let me tell you what I miss about them. Blueberry biscuits.
Tater tots.
Who the hell thought of blueberry biscuits? Those things are amazing. I just go there for those.
I think we only have one Hardee's left here.
But now it's gone, so I can't. It was only like a once
so far
a year
away.
thing.
I was actually going to go yesterday morning, but I sacrificed that for something else.
Oh, you're
it
so
wasn't bad
sweet.
when I lived in Arizona.
That was my plan. That was why I was up and dressed at that time.
So
there's me going, I'm naked.
Right.
Bojangles. Oh, Bojangles is some goddamn good food.
We have
I'm
that.
not big into it.
Yeah, because you guys have access to it all the time.
I've never been.
Bojangles.
I've only been there once.
I can't eat it all the time, but it's so
we
good.
have KFC and Popeyes. We don't even have churches anymore.
I don't like them either.
No, churches is gone.
I used to like KFC. I don't care for it as much anymore.
It's very rare that we'll eat at KFC. If anything, we go to the grocery store because they have delis in our grocery store, and we'll get
Publix.
Yeah,
Publix.
yeah. Like we have Dillon's, which is Kroger owned, and they have Chinese restaurant, and then they cook it there.
Bar.
And then they have the deli, and then they have where you can pick up fried chicken, kind of like Albertsons.
We don't have
but
that
we'll
anymore
go
either.
there because it's like $25 for an 8-person meal, which consists of like 3 people for us.
Albertsons had the best deals. I cried when ours closed.
Yeah.
Because I used to stock my house for so little money.
Right.
People down here do not know how to prep for anything.
No.
And I'm from Michigan. You prep for 3 months.
Yeah.
Right,
Because
because
you
you've
might
got
not be
cold
able to
weather.
leave the house
Right.
for 3 months.
So we had an Allsup's back home. Or Allsup's.
Albertsons?
Yeah, an Albertsons. And then they were gone for like a decade. And then they came back.
Ours left like 20 years ago.
I wish ours was back. It hasn't been that long. It's only been about 10.
And I had no idea what the fuck a Taco John's was until I came here.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
I've heard of it, but I've never had it.
I'm like, is it supposed to be better than Taco Bell? Because it's not.
We used to have a place called the Chicken
Bakery
Coop,
and
and they had
Deli are
the best
amazing.
wings. That was all I wanted when I was pregnant.
Publix wings?
We want wings. We go to
No,
B-Dubs.
Chicken Coop.
We
have
had a chicken
B-Dubs,
coop,
or we go to.
but I think it was a mom and pop place.
Yeah, that was kind. That was
See, we
what ours
don't have
was.
Publix here. We have we have Dillon's, we have Walmart, and we have Aldi. And I haven't stepped foot in the new Aldi that's been open for fucking 2 years. So,
I like Aldi.
I like Aldi.
and I was actually shocked because Southern Kansas has HEB, which is another grocery store. I was super shocked.
Publix roastery chicken is good too.
Oh,
we have Walmart.
Sam's.
Walmart and Publix and Aldi. I think that's the only grocery stores we have. Well, Walmart and Harvey's, but they're the same company, so I count them as one.
Save-A-Lot.
I mean, Winn-Dixie.
You don't have
and
Save-A-Lots?
Harvey's.
We had
Save-A-Lots.
We have Winn-Dixie's, but I don't tend to shop there because everything they have that's a good deal is stuff we don't eat.
So
right,
I didn't know what a Safeway was until I moved to Arizona either.
Yeah.
And when I lived there, it was the mid 2000s, like it was early mid 2000s.
Aldi.
and Aldi, ALDI. I was ordering groceries for delivery in like 2006.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, in some cities it's been around forever.
Well, yeah, and I was living in Phoenix, so it was a major metro.
Oh, you were in Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be considered metropolitan area.
Yeah. Like I lived inside Phoenix, not like
that's
on the
just
outskirts.
not. That's not just urban. That's metropolitan.
No. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a difference. Like Orlando's been delivering groceries for ever.
Oh, we have an IGA too. I used to work there.
We used to. Oh man, I miss having an IGA.
I opened that store. I was one of the.
I was just gonna say.
So we had one back home, and then another family bought it out, and then they got away from the IGA, and they're just now called Lowe's. And the funny thing is like I'm so used to having a Lowe's grocery store and a
That's
Lowe's
funny that it's
hardware
Lowe's.
store.
Mine was Rose with an R.
The family that bought it was Lowe's family. So
it was the Rowe family.
When Lowe's when they came in and bought it, that's right before we got Home Depot and Lowe's back home. So every once in a while, I do this Freudian slip where Justin's like, "Hey, do we need to go to the grocery store?" I'm like, "Yeah, we just need to go to Lowe's," and he's like,
"That's not a grocery store."
I'm like, and then I walk in and I forget that I live in Kansas because I instantaneously try to go by the bakery because they make homemade tortillas back home in the grocery store. And I'm like, oh, I can't fuck around. You have all these Walmart, Harris, Teeter, Food Lion. I remember Food Lion.
I used to work for Food Lion too.
We have 4 in our area
down here,
but then like
it's now the Jewish community
a
center.
5-mile radius.
Well, Vixie may remember Meyer. I don't know if she does or not.
Meyer, I knew the Myers.
It was a better version of Walmart
Acres.
before Walmart decided to go super.
I know it was okay. I took hubby to the original Myers 50 Acres is my hometown because the Meyer family opened it, and they were akin to Olson's, who also had grocery stores and raised buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
So they took up this one buffalo field for Myers. Now
I love buffalo.
I love buffalo. I love buffalo. I love raising buffalo, and I love eating buffalo. Buffalo's
delicious. I mean, Mrs. Kmart.
Yeah, Miss Kmart too.
No, Kmart.
But I took hubby when we went up to visit. I took hubby to to the Myers 50 Acres, and he was like, "This place is huge," and he's like worked in super Walmarts. I'm like, "Yeah, this is what Walmart wants to be." Right. Because it's sectioned off like some of the big stores and malls. Like you have the sporting section, and it has a cash register there.
Yeah.
The toy section has a cash register.
Yeah.
Then there's a bank of cash registers at the front. At most places. And then the grocery store is absolutely freaking huge.
And even the current Walmarts wish they could be that store when they grow up.
Yeah. That original store is huge, and they've remodeled it a couple of times. But I'm like, yeah, this is what I grew up when they said the Walmart Supercenter. My friend took me there, and I'm like, this is nothing. They were like, what are you talking about? I'm like,
man, if we had a Meijer here, I wouldn't shop at Walmart. Plain and simple.
Yep. And then there's a restaurant, not.
It's like
it's a restaurant.
Yeah.
At the one end of it.
It's not like what Kmart used to have. It's like a full blown ass restaurant.
Yeah, you go through the doors, and it's like kind of like a Big Boy, only like up a notch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how else to describe it. Like an Alliance Brothers Big Boy, if y'all know what those are.
I miss Big Boy.
I miss Alliance Brothers Big Boy.
We had Frisch's in Toledo.
Which is the same thing, just different.
Yeah, it's just a different franchise. It's just it's the same company. It's just
still good food.
Yes. Like when I was pregnant, I used to have my aunt like go to Big Boy, and they would make the burgers, but they wouldn't put them together, and she would send them to me, and I would put them together. Oh my god,
that's awesome.
Yes.
That's just
yes, it was amazing. There was another one that I was going to talk about. Oh, so they're taking our old Kmart building and putting an Alco in there. I don't know what the fucking Alco is. I know Toledo's a bad place. I'm from I'm from the south side of Toledo.
Toledo is a
I
bad
understand
place.
how dirty and disgusting and bad it is. The cops didn't
Well,
even
when I
come to
tell
my
people I'm
neighborhood.
from Michigan, yeah, when I tell people I'm from Michigan, they go, "Oh, Detroit," and I'm like,
"Oh, that's what I was gonna."
There's
Remember
more.
Frankenmuth?
Detroit's its own little
Frankenmuth?
like country.
Yeah. It really is.
Yeah.
This is
Frankenmuth
Detroit.
in Michigan.
Everything else is Michigan.
And it's a little Christmas town. Like it's Christmas all year round in Frankenmuth.
Yeah, Frankenmuth. Oh, my mom's favorite town. Oh my god.
Justin actually delivered there not that long ago, and I was like, "You're gonna get a big kick out of it because it's a little Christmas town." And he was like, "What?" I was like, "It's Christmas all year round there."
It really
He's
is.
like, "No, it's not." And I was like, "Yes, it is." He gets up there. He's like, "You weren't fucking lying."
They're crazy about it too. It's like you have to sign a waiver when you move there.
Yeah.
Your front yard has to be decorated, and
Right.
oh my god, it's unreal.
It was my mama's favorite place to go because she'd make Christmas villages, and she would go.
Oh,
to
my
Frankenmuth and go buy
mom
her
in
Christmas
that
villages.
place.
We have an entire
We're going to
subdivision
Frankenmuth.
here that everyone flocks to the entire month of December, and it's hell for the residents because it can take 2 hours to
get
for them
through.
to drive home. Just
It's
because
part of their
all
HOA
the
that they have
traffic,
to
because
decorate, right?
everyone's trying to drive through.
Mhm.
I don't know if it is or not, but I know that there's Christmas lights everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I mean hanging from the trees. Like
We have an
just
area like
the
that
whole
here.
thing.
It's it's Fox Run, and it's like this little. It's behind a gas station, but it's closed off, and they have their own little pond that they call a lake. And part of their HOA, each of the houses have to decorate. And these are the upper scale houses. And they also have an area like that back home where the city actually shuts down the lights, like on your light poles and whatnot, during the week of Christmas because people will drive through the cul-de-sac looking at Christmas lights. And that's part of their HOA that they have to decorate for Christmas.
I'm so glad. When I moved in with my husband, the first house we were at,
is it?
I was working outside. I was very pregnant at the time. And I was working outside in the front yard, and these two little old ladies were so happy to see me. And I said hi, and they said something. I can't remember what they said. And they're like, "Well, we're part of the homeowners association." And I said, "Really?" And they're like, "Yeah, and we need you to do this, this, and this." And I said, No.
No. I didn't sign a contract with the HOA.
And she said, "But we're part of the homeowners." I'm glad you are, but I'm not.
Right.
I didn't sign anything for it.
When my ex bought the house that I picked
Have a good
out,
day.
he actually, in order for the bank to process the loan, he actually had to sign a contract with the HOA.
Oh, yeah.
And I
There
didn't
wasn't
believe it
one.
was a
The
real
old
thing
ladies were
until
trying
then.
to pull something on me.
Right. Like, I didn't believe it was a real thing until then. I was like, you have to do this. He's like, in order to get the house, I have to sign paperwork with the HOA or the bank's not going to process the loan. I was like, that's stupid. Oh,
I don't
was
like
nothing about
HOA.
what makes me hate Christmas yesterday. They start in like October or like late September, and it smells like Christmas until like May. It's disgusting. I hate the smell of Christmas.
I love the smell of evergreen. One of my favorite smells.
Well,
and cinnamon.
I hate
I
going
love
into
cinnamon
a
too.
department store that smells like Christmas.
Oh, I don't do department stores. I don't shop. I didn't get that girl jean.
I go in, I get what I need, and I leave. But there's still the smell of Christmas, and I feel like it attaches itself.
It does.
To my body.
It gets right up on the nape of your neck and those little pieces of hair that break off. You know, and it just hangs there and says, "Hello, we're here to annoy you for the next 3 months."
Yeah, and the last month, every time I walk into any kind of store, whether it's Lowe's or Walmart or even Sam's, all I can do is go, "Ew, it's too early. Oh, this is disgusting. This is gross." And Justin's just a happy kid because he loves Christmas, and I'm like,
we used to make cinnamon brooms when I was a kid. Before they were in stores and stuff, it was something we did. It was to ward off mischievous sprites, for lack of a better word.
Still smells like
oh, that would be awesome, jelly bean.
Yeah. And actually, that's the size of the ones we'd make for the little girls. And we'd put flowers on them and hang them on their door or on their bedstead. And then the adults would get the bigger ones. And so that was custom. So that's, well, the ones that are in the store use complicated oils, not
Just
real
cinnamon.
cinnamon oil. And usually we use more like cinnamon sticks, like we put cinnamon sticks around the broom. And you use broom straw. Yeah, I was just gonna say.
And I have no problems with ground cinnamon. Like, because cinnamon toast. How can you not love that, right?
I love cinnamon. But, my youngest, every day, like once a day, I swear he wants cinnamon toast.
So when I made those pumpkins for one of my adopted moms here recently, I asked her if she wanted cinnamon sticks in the stems of it. And she said, yeah. I was like, okay. So I have this container of cinnamon sticks in my house now that sits in the back where all the craft supplies are because I can't stand to open it because the smell just right in my face. Like, I wonder if I can grab this shit up.
But my one friend had a medieval wedding and I helped. We handmade everything. And what we did was, in Orlando, there's lots of convention centers. So if you ever want to do this, this was a great idea. She started a year before her wedding. And to call the convention centers, if you have any kind of arrangements you're throwing out, please call me. We'll pick them up. So we hand dried, I don't know how many goddamn flowers. Oh my God. It was a lot. Then when it got closer to fall and corn came out in season, we called all the Publix grocery stores and said, we would like one bag of corn husks, because they put a garbage bag with corn so people can husk their corn right there, which is the weirdest thing for me to deal with. But hey, it gave me free corn husks that I didn't have to. So we took the corn husks and we made little roses, pinned them and dried them. You twist them and you wrap them and you pin them and you dry them and you got these little cute little roses pinned up. Then we gathered. Somebody went up north and gathered like fall leaves, and then put them in that silicone stuff. I don't know what that was all about. That wasn't my part of the job. Anyway, from all this stuff, we took and built all the bouquets and all. So the little flower girl got one. It was a little bigger than the one that Polite just showed you all. It was like that, and it had tons of ribbons and stuff coming off of it with these little dry flowers. And then the bridesmaids had the ones that were this big, and then the bride had a full one that actually was like almost like a staff she walked with. It was an actual broom. She used it afterwards.
Now the question is,
we did the whole. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't understand what jumping the broom is.
That's like putting on rings. And it's supposed to make you fertile so you can have children and money. So if you want to have fortune of children and money, you have to jump the broom. And during fertility rituals, you jump the fire. So but anyways, that was a lot of work.
Corn husks for me, I use those for tamales. Do you know how hard they are? The funny thing is we grow corn in Kansas. Okay. Do you know how hard it is for me to actually get corn husks to make tamales?
But don't they do it? Don't they mulch it? For
most of the time, they use most of the corn that's grown here is used for feed. For cattle feed. But like it's very strange to me that we have like specific grocery stores, like they call them the Mexican shops here, because that's where you go to get stuff for Mexican food. Now,
Jelly Bean,
go ahead.
Jelly Bean, do you have a lot of people coming in and out of your house? Oh, here's an idea. A lot of people put it in front of their front door so that you have to like step over it. You just have to know that you're doing it so you don't hurt yourself. But the other thing is you can put it the same way you can put it like a couple inches away from your door of your bedroom. That way you step over it every morning. or just remember to grab it off the wall and step over it every morning. It can become a little thing, a little ritual, as it were. And just make sure you're thinking about it when you do it. Intent is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Crafting used for corn silk. No, corn silk, when it dries to a powder. So unless you're using the silicone thing, which I don't know how to do that, it like preserves the flora.
You can
in
make
its
dolls
state.
out of the husks. So.
Yeah, we've done that before. He's done that before, actually, because we do that for belting.
Hi, Brittany.
But the silk. Mm-mm. Oh, sorry, Jellybean. I wasn't. That was serious. If anybody wants to try it, go for it. Jellybean, I was joking. I was not. I love that chant on TikTok. Ching, ching, ching goes the money tree, and every time it chings, it brings money to me. I love that chant. That's like one of the
I have that saved.
It's
it works,
so cute. It's so well done. It's so well written. It's a well written chant. It's a well written chant.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time
a lot of times I hear them and I'm like, that one.
And it works.
You know what one of my favorite chants is, Cherry? You're gonna love this. Actually, I think Mel will probably appreciate this more than anybody else. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
Not a big Disney fan, so
Hakuna Matata. Yeah, but look at all your faces the minute I started saying it.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah, it does.
It freaking works. That's all that matters.
We're good, Brittany. How are you?
All right. Hanging out.
Oh. So, Cherry.
What's up?
What you doing this afternoon?
I might be trying to play Don't Starve together.
I might be available to do that with you.
I think I'm gonna do some
luncheon
that Justin left from dinner, and because I have this rule in my house: if I didn't cook it, I don't clean it. However, that doesn't work with Justin.
Bad kid.
So I'm gonna go clean up his mess room. I cleaned the counters off and I put all the dishes together. So I might wash some dishes real quick, and then might throw some cheese sticks in my face and sit down and say, "Hey, Vixie, you want to play?"
Okay. Just call me on the WhatsApp.
Well, our
good
D&D game tonight is canceled, so I'll be able to play Bitches and Switches.
Yay! Yeah. I mean, I'm sad about. I got very angry for you when I saw what was going on.
Oh,
just so you know,
what's going on.
I would have handled it so much not as good as you.
I told him to fuck off, but
I would have been louder and probably thrown his name through the mud. I would. Mm-mm.
What happened? I need some tea.
Yay, Brittany.
This dude, he was our DM for the game that I had Cora Highhill in, that I dress up the red hair.
I love that.
She's a halfling, and she was my favorite character. I spent way too much time working on her, but he didn't have a direction for that game. So there was like these miscommunications where he would say something, be met with resistance, be like, "Oh, I meant this. I meant something else," and it's like, "Oh, I hate that."
You can't do that though with any RPG.
And he's older than me. I don't know how much older, but he's more wizened, I suppose. But he
or should be.
It doesn't sound like
he's a business person, so he's very business minded. Brent asked our Sunday group if we wanted to stream on my Twitch channel our Sunday campaign as well, because Brent has a lot of maps. He's the DM, and this dude is a player in this game. And the first thing out of his mouth was, if we're going to be streaming, I want a paycheck. Me and my girlfriend. Yeah. He wanted a paycheck.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, I have made a total of $12.80 on my Twitch channel, and most of it is Brent's 2 subs that he's done 2 months of subs, and a couple bits, and then I get for advertising. I have 0.4 cents. And I'm like, should I split that between the 5 people? Like, I don't make any money. He didn't know anything about Twitch or the affiliate program. He just assumed that I was making money. And I'm like, I would not be living in a garage if I was making Twitch money.
People think that we make money doing this show, and I'm like, we're not monetized. We do this with
I pay for this.
It pays for us to stream here.
Actually,
I would never expect
Dixie
to pay me for being here like once or twice a week. Maybe that would be insane.
Dude,
to
I'm
me.
here like every chance I get, and I don't.
My goal, though, I'm telling you, that's my goal. That I can start paying you all. I swear.
And when we get there, I'm not expecting anything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to help the channel grow, and I'm putting what I can in. I'm not expecting anything back because I want to see all of us succeed at some point.
And the thing is, you're not expecting them to do anything different than they're already doing. Just know that you're going to be on air.
I just want to be entertaining, and I wanted to record it for people to watch because it's fun. And like the same with our Friday game.
Society where we
I'm
don't
gonna make
go
this
outside because of fucking COVID, so we stay inside, and this is how we communicate. That's another thing.
And this is something people enjoy.
Right.
Okay, here's my 2 cents, Polite. If you guys want to start doing a D&D campaign after Bitches with Switches, let me know. I'll host it here. You can host it on Twitch, and we will advertise each other, and I will get to play.
Yeah. That's something
we were plotting doing a campaign because I was like,
I'll and we can talk about that too. We can talk about doing the rotating DM thing.
Because I've never done D&D because my mom thought it was the devil's work.
It's just for fun.
I know.
I remember when we did that. There was one bookstore. It was on top of the arcade. It was like dark. Yeah. It was mostly comic books and sci-fi books. And then there was another space in the back corner where the D&D books were.
Yeah.
The bad news is it's the devil's work. The worst news is I'm the devil.
Well, this is also the woman that used to tell me every day or every Sunday when we would get up that I was going to hell because I finally decided to come out as pagan to her. And she was like, "You're going to hell. You were raised in a church. You're going to hell." I said, "Well, I'm going to have a damn good time doing it then."
Yep.
I'd like to say if that's what you believe and move right
she's
on.
Southern Baptist.
Oh. Yeah.
And now has been currently married since 2006. And no disrespect to any of the witnesses out there because they are some of the most kind people. I just don't quite grasp their concept of their religion, but she's married to a witness. So she's a little fucked in the head.
Yeah.
Like, who tells your 16 and 17-year-old kid you're going to hell because of your religious choices? Oh, wait, my mom.
Yeah, that's true.
Religious
This
people.
is one of the reasons I wish I ate eggs.
Oh, dude.
That sounds wonderful.
It is.
Tacos.
Hubby made a steak omelet the other day.
Burritos. Oh, God.
My hubby made a steak omelet the other day. I said, that smells good.
It does.
I don't know what I would do if I
you
couldn't
would
have
love
eggs because
this.
that's like basically the only thing I can eat for breakfast anymore.
Well, and that's the other thing I say to people all the time. I remember when Atkins came out, I tried to do Atkins for like a couple weeks, but Atkins is built on eggs. It really is.
It's built
being able to eat eggs.
It's built on the same premise of what keto is. Keto is just an updated version. It's built on
Oh,
high protein, high fat content. It's veggies, meat, and cheese. That's basically it.
Yeah.
Well, Atkins, there's almost no veggies actually. You can eat broccoli.
Broccoli and cauliflower, which is the 2 primary vegetables besides zucchini for keto. Like you have to be very careful because broccoli and cauliflower have a lot of carbs in them naturally.
It just made me sick.
Well, no, Dane, what I'm talking about is her construct, her belief of what hell is what she was trying
fire
to
and brimstone.
And hell is not a place. The one
it's
you
state
spelled.
of mind, motherfucker.
That's a person. She's really cool.
Yes,
she's in
that is a
Norse
goddess.
mythology.
But she
I'm
was
sorry, I'm being a
trying
smartass.
to use the construct from the Christian standpoint to scare me.
I'll bring the water cart.
Well, dude, here's the
Southern
thing:
Baptist.
is even if it is anything like that, when I get there, I'm gonna be happy because my dad's there.
If you can't use logic, use fear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and people fear what they don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
He just prefers smartassery.
That's okay.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you actually meant to spell it that way or if you just hiccuped, because I get hiccup of the fingers sometimes when I'm typing.
Mm-hmm.
It's at least what I call it, and I'm like, well,
sometimes.
And Mel has to correct it.
Correct, out of the sight of God.
Hey.
So by definition, Zions don't know what it's like. No.
Christians.
Oh.
Yeah, like Xmas. Yeah, I grew up Catholic and not for me.
I have to admit, the catechism was a fun little study that I did. If you take it out of the religious aspect and actually study it, that was actually kind of fun. I have to admit that. I don't think I would like to do it at a church,
though.
Ooh, everybody's ready for lunch and a nap.
Yeah. Well,
also
food, but
the dude decided to give us marketing advice and told Brent, because he wasn't talking to me about my Twitch channel. He told Brent that our characters weren't marketable in our Friday campaign, and I was like, "That's not what we're doing."
Yeah,
because you don't understand that there's one big word in the whole concept of what he's looking at. It's called a game.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the killer aspect of it. I know your character and Doll's character pretty well, actually. And from someone who used to actually be in marketing, who I learned a lot of my marketing skills in Orlando, you know, the big wicked rat over there. I could market the hell out of that game.
Yeah. And like
I could market
we're just starting. There's a bunch of like character arcs we could go through. Yeah.
Oh,
so it's just
much
like
growth.
Don't talk to me about marketing. Right? And also I'm
he sounds
a
like one of those people
sociologist
just
at heart.
talk to him,
Yeah. The only reason I didn't get a sociology degree is because I'm bad at math and I needed that for the degree.
Oh my god.
But I passed all my classes flying colors except for math. So I know how to talk to people and I know how people work, and this dude is just
yeah, he doesn't need part of your reality, I swear.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna stream with him at all. I'm gonna at least be civil and finish out the game for Brent's sake. But he will not be on my channel whatsoever because the first thing out of your mouth is give me money.
No.
First of all, that wasn't the deal. that wasn't part of the deal.
Yeah. I straight up, I told him to fuck off, and he messaged me again. I told him to get over himself, and then
You should have said, yeah, any money that we make off of this show, sure. I'll share it with you.
Yeah, sure.
Anything I
make.
50 keep holding your hand out. There won't be anything in it, but keep holding it out.
Also, he makes a lot of money. Like,
and he's expecting...
Cherry's about to lose his shit.
Yep.
Cherry, breathe.
You should have told me, you know what? No, I'm not going to pay you. You're going to pay me to be on my channel since you want the exposure.
Exactly.
And I'm going to charge you $20 a fucking hour.
I wanted so bad to go message him back and be like, if I was going to hire someone to play a game, it would not be you.
No.
I would find someone way better and nicer and not
oh my god
rude.
The fuckity. I tried to say fucking and audacity at the same time.
You know what? That works. I like it.
Audacity.
Yeah.
Well, I like the fuckity.
I didn't even hear what he said.
Jelly bean
like
on
the
tomorrow's
fuckity.
episode of Cherry Rants.
I haven't even figured out what I'm
episode of
doing
Cherry
for tomorrow, you guys. Like, I covered all the topics already. I need to go back and check to see if you guys have commented on any other subjects. I know Jellybean and Dane want me to go back on a rant about the life of a trucker wife, but I'm trying to broaden the spectrum a little bit.
We probably want to touch on that like once a month, guys. Okay.
Yeah. Not like every other show. But yeah, that definitely could be a fucking rant for a little bit. Like, the only reason I went through so many subjects last time was because, like, I'm finding that I can rant about something, but it's for short periods of time. Once I get my point out, I'm done. I'm like, fuck it, I'm done.
That's why that was my thought when you said you were gonna do a cherry rant. So I'm like, okay,
Right. Like, oh yeah, she's gonna rant for
a whole hour.
But
I don't have that much to say. I mean, you have a lot more to say than I do. So
right.
My advice still as is bullet points.
Well, yeah, I did that on the first couple of shows, and I did really well with that. But
there's a lot of prep work to these shows.
When you sit down and you're like, okay, I need to find something to talk about.
Mm-hmm. And all the ideas just go bye.
They just fell right out of my ass.
That's when you say, Vixie, we need to have a phone call, and I need help making bullet points. Because that's when that's...
No, I know how to do bullet points, love.
Well, no.
But she just means coming up with ideas.
Oh, yeah.
We'll bounce stuff off each other. Yeah.
So, I'll figure it out.
Because you have a whole team.
We may
that
just
can
have
work
a fucking
with you.
sit-down shitstorm tomorrow about story time.
All right, so here's what we do. Everybody, that means chat. When something pisses you off this week, message Cherry and tell her what pissed you off.
Tell her about it.
Yeah, so that way we can rant about it next week.
Yeah.
And then you get to watch her rant about what pissed you off. It might be cathartic, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I could rant for hours.
I know you people get pissed off, okay? I know it happens.
I know every single one of you get pissed off.
About something.
Yeah.
I have lazy coworkers, and who's next?
Hobby Lobby, yeah.
Of why we wanted to stream our game. I guess.
Oh,
Hobby
yeah.
Lobby. I know why Hobby Lobby pisses you off. You already told me. It's because they're fucking Christmas shits already.
You go off about that. You haven't gone off about that yet on your channel.
No, on my channel? You mean on my show?
Or your show?
Your channel.
Well, it's not my channel. It's our channel.
Y'all's channel.
Y'all's channel. There you go.
So that's actually, keep your seasons straight. There you go. There's your rant.
Yeah, like, why do we have Halloween in July? And why do we have fucking Christmas in October? This bullshit.
Okay, tomorrow, Cherry.
Yeah,
I know.
I want Polite to find something that, like, severely pisses her off.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see her go fucking nuclear about it. Because I feel like...
weaponized incompetence is like a hot button topic right now. It's everywhere.
I feel like, here's the thing, is she holds a lot of rage.
Oh, yeah.
See?
It goes all the way down.
TikTok,
it goes all the way down.
Her to just let that out. Like, it would be therapeutic for me if she
I think it would be a lot. I think Polite reminds me of a cute little mogwai. So we got to feed her after midnight.
Don't feed her after midnight.
No, we want to feed her after midnight, Cherry. We want to see it happen. We want to see what happens.
And she will no longer be the polite void. She will be the gremlin void.
The gremlin void.
She went
the angry void.
Damn it, and I missed it. Why does Christmas
right.
Yeah. Do you live in Frankenmuth? Because that's Christmas all year round.
I went and sat in my car.
There's a town here in Florida called Christmas.
Here's the thing, Chrissy, is just because I would mute them does not mean that I wouldn't read them, because eventually I will read them.
Mm-hmm.
I've been dying to take her to a rage room. I
want to break things
I love
so bad. There's one in Richmond.
That would be
fun.
You go to the thrift store, you get some cheap set of dishes, you get a metal trash can, there you go.
You put me in a room with a fucking sledgehammer and a bunch of random items, and I'm fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go till I wear my fucking body out physically.
Good exercise. Just make sure you wear safety goggles. I worry.
Yeah, because sparks and shit. And flying cement.
All right. So tonight we have Bitches with Switches. Come for the violence, stay for the fun. Or come for the fun and stay for the violence. Whichever.
Come for the chaos and stay for the violence.
One of them.
Whatever flips your skirt. And check out the description below.
Everywhere.
There's a disclaimer about our opinions. What?
Huh?
Jellybean said I wait all year to get Halloween stuff, but Christmas stuff is everywhere all the time.
Yeah.
Because Christmas is everywhere all of the time.
Okay, so what I'm trying to stay away from is politics, racial issues, and religious issues.
Mm-hmm.
Which cuts me down to ranting about less stuff.
Yeah.
because I'm not trying to be that person. I don't like politics. I don't talk about religion very often because it pisses people off. And I don't talk about racial issues because, yet again,
pisses you off.
Pisses me off because I grew up in a very diverse life with multicultural areas.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about the holiday issue. I don't know how long I'll be able to talk about it, but yeah, we can do it.
We can bullet point it tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll bullet point it. It'll be easier.
Oh,
yeah, because Christmas is like removed. It's more of a
it's become a Hallmark holiday
now.
Is what it has become. And I can totally go off of that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you guys, we got links below. You guys need to check them out. Yeah. All of the links. We're not going to get into the description of them because we're running a little bit over. But you know where they're at. There's also the disclaimer that you guys probably should read, because if you came in here and you got offended by something that we said, your dumbass should have read that description.
Sorry. Sure.
I'm not sorry that you got offended because of something that I said. Your dumbass should have read the fucking description. It says that these are our personal fucking opinions, not fucking facts, you assholes.
So come back tonight for Bitches with Switches.
Mm-hmm.
We love you all. Bye.
We'll see you tonight, guys.
Love
Bye.
It is by will alone that I set my mind in motion. It is by the juice of Java that thoughts acquire speed, the lips acquire stain, the stains become a warning. It is by will alone I set my mind in motion.
Oh Lord, give me coffee to accept the things I cannot change, the extra espresso shot to change the things I can, and one more cup so I can tell the difference. Grande.
Hail, coffee full of cream, caffeine is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst the beverages, and blessed is the result of thy consumption, wakefulness. Holy coffee, color of mud, be there for us workers, now at the hour of our commute, so must it brew.
Caffeine is my shepherd, I shall not doze. It maketh me to wake in green pastures. It leadeth me beyond the sleeping masses. It restoreth my buzz. It leadeth me into a path of consciousness for its name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of addiction, I fear no equal, for thou art with me. Thy cream and thy sugar, they comfort me. Thou preparest a carafe before me in the presence of Juan Valdez. Thou anointest my day with pep, my mug runneth over. Surely richness and taste shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Duncan forever.
Good morning, Planet Flipside. How about you this morning? We saved you a seat. May your coffee cup runneth over, and may your day be magical.